Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's DLloyd, and today, man, we got our first official Madden NFL 23 news, a ton of gameplay improvements. I really think this was a year where they really wanted to tweak and get the gameplay just right, but we will speak about that in another video. Maybe that video came out already, or this one, I don't know the order we're going to put them out, but that will be its own separate video. But in this one, we're going to be talking about franchise mode. You guys know that is what we do here on the channel. It's franchise mode in video games, man, specifically Madden as well. I'm definitely excited because they do have some improvements to franchise. We know for the last really couple of years, franchise has been a pain point for a lot of us, right? We grew up playing franchise. That is our mode, and it seems like it's been an afterthought. They have recently started putting more attention towards it, and now, you know, really in like the third year after we really made a big fuss about franchise mode, they are continuing to actually make improvements. So not a lot of improvements that we know so far. I'm sure we will know of more in the future, but as of right now, we do have some information, and we're going to talk about it today because I would love to hear your guys' opinions and really your feedback as to what has been announced so far. So the first thing that they improved, and they improved it pretty drastically, at least on paper, we will see how it actually plays out, is free agency. And free agency, really the whole off season, is the most important part of a franchise mode, in my opinion, and typically the offseason is the funnest part of a franchise mode, right? You go into free agency, you go into the scouting, you go into the draft, you reshape that roster, and then you're good to go, you're ready to play your games again the next season. But free agency, they have a whole new way that you interact with free agency. They have what they are calling a free agent hub. Now, each player, when you go into that free agent hub, they now have player motivations and tags, and that is interesting because that is going to dictate how much interest that player has in your team and other teams in the league and what they are looking for. So no longer are players just looking for one specific thing, and that is it. They will all vary based off of the player. So for example, a player could want to play, a wide receiver could want to play with a franchise quarterback. So they will have the franchise quarterback tag. The quarterback will have to have the franchise quarterback tag, that is, and the wide receiver that is looking for that will get, basically bonus points. He would prefer playing for your team if you have that franchise quarterback when he is looking for a franchise quarterback. So you have that as a tag that I think could be pretty cool. Another example that they gave was the mentor tag, which will give additional experience to all players in that same position group. So maybe you want to get an older veteran. Maybe he may not be the starter, but instead of just getting the youngest team possible, it could behoove you to get an older player that has some experience that can help, mentor and get the younger guys moving along, granting that extra XP so they could get, upgrades a little bit quicker. They have another example with the award winner tag, which could heavily weigh how free agency negotiations with that player will work. So I'm assuming if you have the award winner tag, you're going to want more money. That's my assumption there. But on top of that, they have just other things like the motivations that they're looking for. They could want to play closer to home. They could want to play in a no income state tax or no state income tax place, and that could be interesting. So, teams in Florida, teams in Texas, teams in Nevada, well, Vegas, there's no state income tax, so maybe they want to keep more of their money. They want to play in those places. I'm not sure how playing closer to home will work, if that will be based off of the college that they went to, or if that'll be based off of the hometown. And if that is, maybe they give us a easier type of system where we can actually see the hometowns of players. But regardless, that is definitely cool. Some players are going to want to play for a Super Bowl contender. So that is great, right? If you are right there, you have that roster, and maybe the guy doesn't want to go to the rebuilding team. He wants to go to the already set team. He wants to be that final piece. Maybe he's like Odell Beckham. I show up for a year or so, we can win the championship, and then we could go from there. So this has the potential to be absolutely huge, and this could really change a lot of stuff, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. They also talked about contracts, and I got super excited about this. I still need to see it in practice, right? But I'm excited about the potential of contracts because they put in different structures, quote unquote. I wish you guys could see the air quotes. They have different structures. So they have preset offers, 4 preset offers, such as player friendly, team friendly, neutral, or max offer. We do not know if you're able to go in and customize and maybe do a front loaded deal, a back loaded deal, a flat deal. We don't really know if we could do that as of right now, but this is definitely a great start, right? So the player friendly deal, I'm assuming, is going to be a little bit more money, maybe a little bit more guaranteed. Team friendly, probably less on the guarantee, a little less on the money. Max offer, probably max on everything. The neutral is probably your fair offer that we kind of seen in the last couple of EA games or Madden games. So this has the potential to be big, but we will see. So they say that this is to help streamline free agency for those that want to build a team, but they don't want to get into the nitty gritty of financials. But if there is an option for the people that do want to get into the nitty gritty, that is literally what I am looking for. That is the main thing that we're looking for. They also improved draft and trade logic. Now they talk about this a lot. And I feel like they do take steps every single year. We will see how drastic the step is. We have seen just in this previous Madden, a team could have a quarterback and maybe draft another one. They did try to fix that in the middle of the year through the updates, the post-launch updates. So hopefully, that is all fixed and we don't have, teams going after another quarterback so early in the draft. They did improve the trade block, which is essentially now, in my opinion, like a trade finder in a game like NBA 2K, because now you will immediately get an offer when you place a player on the trade block. So in the past, you will put a player on the trade block and then you will have to wait at least a week before you get your offers. Now, as soon as you place them on the block, you will get your offers. I'm not sure if you will continue to get more offers later. Say you place a player on, you get 3 offers immediately. You keep them on for 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe something happens with other teams, other rosters, and then you get additional offers. I'm not quite sure if that is there, but at least you get some type of immediate offer when you put a player on the trade block. And I think that is big, especially in the off season, right? When you just want to know, what can I get for this guy, and see what's there. Like I said, the drafting logic is supposedly improved as well. They also added better dev trait progression and improved team needs logic. So team needs logic should go into, the bidding for free agency, and then drafting as well. I think that all kind of tied in to one to make sure you kind of get the best thing. And then one more thing I did want to point out about free agency that I think I skipped over is that now during the first week of free agency, you can only negotiate with 5 players. Now, once you leave the earlier stages, you can then start negotiating with more and more players. But I think that does add a strategic element, because you can't just walk out and just throw offers to everybody, especially if you have money. You're going to have to, look at your roster, look at your needs, look at the top, free agents available, and then decide the route you want to go from there. So those are the main features that we know of as of now. The scouting system has been redone. We do not know a lot about it right now. The only thing they said is that you can scout multiple positions at once. The weighted attribute reveals are a little bit different, so you should get relevant information when scouting a player. So if you're looking at a quarterback, you should get, most of the accuracy stats, most of the stats that's actually relevant to that. Same for receivers and etc. So that should be cool. They have more unique draft classes. Not really quite sure what that means. Maybe more story driven in the news section. I'm not quite sure. Maybe you get some unique players. They also added 3D models in the player cards to the players in the draft class. Those are pretty cool additions. Nothing big, nothing that goes crazy for me. I was one of the guys that was somewhat disappointed with the scouting update that they put in last year. So if they can improve on that, we can learn more for that. That could be cool, man. But that is pretty much everything that we know so far from franchise mode. Like I said, we have a video breaking down a lot of gameplay stuff. But franchise mode, in addition to the gameplay, you get nice gameplay, you get some solid franchise updates. Like I said, maybe they could get more into depth, and I'm sure they will later when it comes to revealing more information about the scouting and exactly how the offseason will work. But this is a good start, man. This is a good start. We know EA, they're great marketers, so we have to see how things, actually shake out, man. But I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I like what they have announced so far, and hopefully, man, it makes, playing franchise a whole lot more enjoyable, because me, as mainly a PC guy, PC does not get the PS5 and the Series X and S version of the game. They are still stuck on the PS4 and Xbox One version of the game. So I'm gonna have to play on console this year. So I'm gonna need it to be, you know, a little bit more tailored to the experiences I'm used to, man. So you guys let me know what you guys think about the improvements made to franchise mode. Are you excited for it? Are you more wait and see? Let me know how you guys feel about it, man, in the comment section below. It's DLloyd. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.